Peace and power to all my little homies out there. My name is Klevah of Mother Nature, and I wanted to do an exercise with you guys today where we plant seeds for the future. Currently, we're going through a lot right now, fighting for our human rights, especially, students of color. And I know a lot of us have been out there on the front lines, have been, learning and teaching and sharing all of these resources on social media. But today I wanted to take a break from that and be able to tune into nature and do things in a more spiritual way. So you're only going to need a few items for today's exercise. We'll start with these starter pots. If you do not have a starter pot, that's fine. You can use a plastic cup and just cut around the top and poke holes in the bottom. And the reason why you want the holes in the bottom is because you are going to be filling your pot with soil and water, but you need to allow that to breathe. Breathing is a part of life, and same thing for our plants. Also going to need seeds. You can go to your local dollar store or grocery store and get some seeds. There you come, flowers, cucumbers, different wildflowers, different things that you can put in your garden. Each of these seed packs also have instructions on the back for how long it takes the seeds to grow, how much you need to water them, how deep to plant them in the soil. So if you can, pick up some seeds. If you don't have any seeds, hit the refrigerator. Peppers have seeds, lemons have seeds, oranges have seeds. You can use anything to start your pot. Make sure you get you a bottle of water or a cup of water so that we can moisturize our soil and water our seeds. You will need dirt for this exercise. You can get dirt from any local grocery store or dollar store or hardware store. Maybe your parents or grandparents have some. If you can't find any soil at the store, and if you're really about this life, you can go out into your backyard or go out into an area in your neighborhood and grab some dirt as well. It's not going to be as pretty, but it's still from the earth, okay? So there's no excuses. Nature has everything that we need. The last thing that you'll need for this exercise is a marker and a piece of paper. And what we're going to do with this marker and piece of paper is write down the names of the people that we want to know and remember. Now, these people can be people that are still living, people that we want to celebrate, people that are very important to us or new in our lives. This can also be names that represent people who we've lost, people that we've lost to police brutality, people that we've lost to incarceration and illness. Anybody that you want to elevate and celebrate, you're going to write their names on this paper and we're going to plant them with our seeds. All right, so now I have all of my pots ready to go. I also have their seeds right in front of them, and each of these seeds will tell me exactly how deep to plant my seed. So instead of pushing the seed down into the dirt, we're going to fill the dirt up about 3/4 of the way, put the seed in, and then we'll put more dirt on top of it. Now you can definitely use gloves for this, but also don't be afraid to get your hands in the dirt. It's really good for us to connect with nature. I'm going to pour just a little bit of water into each of my cups, and that's just to moisturize the soil so that when we do plant the seed, we don't have to overwater it. But you definitely want it to be just a little bit moist as you're planting. This is my friend Buddy. He likes to get into my plants all the time, so we have to keep these in a very special place. Now you can definitely use gloves for this, but also don't be afraid to get your hands in the dirt. It's really good for us to connect with nature. So now we have our dirt in our pots. It's about halfway full, 3/4 of the way full. And we're going to reference our seed packets. So on the back here it says depth to sow. That's 1/8 of an inch is how deep in the soil you want it to go. So we're gonna do these two over here. And now our vegetables, those have to be a little deeper. Those need to be a 1/2 inch into the soil. So we're gonna do those over here, okay? Remind you that these are our starter pots. So no matter what we grow in here, we're going to eventually shift it to a bigger pot that can hold the roots. For now, you just want to keep this in here so you can get it started. I'm gonna pour more dirt on top there to make sure that your seeds are deep enough so that they don't drown and they can grow their roots. And then you're just gonna drop a little bit more water in there. You're not gonna put a lot, just enough to get it started, get it going, okay? So we have one more part to this exercise. Remember I told you you'll need a marker and a piece of paper. So what I'll need you to do is take your pieces of paper and cut or tear them into strips. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be perfect or pretty, but you want to make little strips of piece of paper like this, or even smaller like this. And you'll do one for every pot that you have, okay? And on each of these strips of paper, you're going to write down a name of someone that you want to know and remember. Now this can be someone that's living, someone that you want to celebrate, someone whose voice you want to uplift, and you can also do someone that's passed, someone that's beyond this realm, and someone that you just want to you know, still celebrate, somebody that you want to show love for, someone that you miss, someone that was very important to you or your community, okay? So on my sheets of paper, so far I have Trayvon Martin. No one remember Trayvon Martin because this was when I was activated, when I learned about the case of Trayvon Martin. That's when I started doing more activism in my community. So it's very important to me that we continue to celebrate and say his name. I also have Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland represents all of us Black girls out there who are, you know, unapologetically intelligent and sharp, and she lost her life due to being the revolutionary that she was, and she was minding her business and doing her thing, and we will forever love and miss and know Sandra Bland. I have George Floyd on my strip of paper because George Floyd is the most recent example of a Black man murdered at the hands of police officers. And so I want to know and remember his name because he is so important to us right now, and he is truly adding fire to this revolution. And last but not least, I want to put Tupac on a piece of paper because I believe it's important for us, especially in the hip-hop community, to know and remember Tupac and what Tupac stood for and all the things that Tupac taught us. So we're going to take our pieces of paper, we're going to fold them up nice and neat, or you can put them outside of your pot. Either way it goes, they can be the name of your flowered plants. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right in the dirt. I'm going to put them right in the dirt off to the side, and I'll show you right in there. No particular order. No particular order at all. I'm gonna pot them right in my plant. We should be fine. They shouldn't be touching the seeds at all. Okay. And if you have anything else that you want to add to your pots, if you want to add crystals, you can definitely add some crystals. If you want to add any other messages or, you know, little symbols and signs, you can do that as well. I'm going to drop a little clear quartz in this one and see how that does. All of these things are from the earth, so, you know, nature feeds off of herself. She doesn't need much, just water, sunlight, a little energy. We're going to remember to talk to these plants too. We're going to remember to meditate on each of these people when we see these plants. We're going to remember to meditate on Tupac. We're going to remember to meditate on George Floyd, okay? So that's our exercise for today. Planting seeds for the future and putting good intentions into the dirt. Use this as a meditative practice. Use this as a way to connect with people in your family. Use this as a way to connect with people that we've lost or people that you don't get to see all the time. I hope you guys enjoy this exercise. I hope that it's easy for you to do at home. And I'll have more for you soon. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.